Hey everyone. So it's November, it's almost Black Friday time, and most of the games that I picked up in this video I picked up during the summertime, but I think I have some pretty cool stories to tell, so here we go. First story took place back in June. Now back in June, Toys R Us had this really cool buy two games for $50 sale, in which you could choose from a list of 6 games, I believe, and most of the games included in the sale were newer release games that were still $60 at most other places. Some of the games included in the sale were LA Noire, Portal 2, and Mortal Kombat, I think. The oldest game included in the sale was Call of Duty Black Ops, but at that time Black Ops was still a $60 game. So the game that I wanted the most was LA Noire. Now the deal started on a Sunday, so I think I heard about it at 2 or 3 p.m. on that Sunday, and the best thing for me to do at that time was, as soon as I heard about the deal, just hop into my car and head to a Toys R Us. But at 7 p.m. later on that evening, I had to go somewhere, and the place that I was going to, there was a Toys R Us nearby, so what I decided to do was just wait till 7 p.m. And so 7 p.m. came, and I hopped into my car and headed to that Toys R Us. And as some of you probably guessed by now, Toys R Us is one of the few retail stores that closes early on Sunday. I think they close at like 6 p.m. So by the time I got to that Toys R Us, it was already closed. And, you know, I was a bit disappointed, but it wasn't like a waste of gas or anything, because like I said, I had to be in that area at that time anyway. So I would have to wait until the next day, Monday, before I could go to Toys R Us, and I was a little bit afraid that they would be sold out of LA Noire because of the sale. So as I was driving away from that Toys R Us, I was reminded of an incident, a similar incident that happened in 2003. Now, back in 2003, Nintendo had this offer in which if you pre-ordered Zelda Wind Waker for the GameCube, you would get this bonus disc. You would get a free bonus disc that included a version of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which was a remix version of Ocarina of Time. So I really wanted that disc, so I was going to go pre-order Wind Waker. Now, this deal started on a Sunday, and so again, the best thing I could have done was on Sunday just to go to a store and pre-order Wind Waker. But I decided to wait until Monday, and so Monday arrived, and after work I was going to drop by Best Buy. So I went to the Best Buy, and when I got there, according to the employee, this was the last disc that they had on that Best Buy. So I was so close to missing out on getting this disc. If I had arrived like 5 or 10 minutes later, it's quite possible that someone else could have snatched up this disc, and I would have missed out on this deal completely. So yeah, the best thing I could have done was, you know, just to go on that Sunday and get this over with. So I was so close to missing out on this, but thankfully I was able to get this disc. So flash forward to June 2011, and as I was driving away from that Best Buy, from that Toys R Us, I was reminded of this incident. So next day, I went to work, and instead of waiting until after work, I went during my lunch period, and I went to a different Toys R Us this time, and I was a little bit afraid that they would be sold out of LA Noire, but I really had nothing to worry about. They had like 6 copies of LA Noire, so I picked up LA Noire, and this was a 2 for $50 sale, so I had to buy a second game, and the second game that I bought was Call of Duty Black Ops. So yeah, again, like I said, it was like getting each one of these games for $25, and so I thought at that time getting these games for $25 was a pretty good deal. Okay, so 4th of July week. Now, for some reason, I didn't think that during the 4th of July that retailers would have sales on video games, so I wasn't on the lookout for any sales during that week, but a friend of mine brought to my attention that Best Buy had Fallout New Vegas on sale for $10. So I went online and checked the Best Buy website to see if one of my local Best Buys had Fallout New Vegas in stock, and sure enough, one of my Best Buys did have the game in stock, so I went and picked up Fallout New Vegas for the PS3. Now, some of you who have watched that paying full price for video games video heard me say that I picked this game up for $10, and it was during the week of 4th of July that I picked this game up. So a couple weeks later, I decided to take a trip to Kmart, and I thought this was just going to be an ordinary, normal, quiet trip to Kmart. Boy, was I totally wrong. So I went to Kmart, went to the video game section, saw a couple games that I wanted, picked those games up, and went to go pay for them. And the lady cashier rung me up, and she proceeded to ask me if I wanted to sign up for a Sears card. Now, for those of you that don't know, Kmart bought Sears, so Kmart owns Sears, and a Sears card is kind of like a credit card that you can use at both Sears and Kmart. So she asked me if I wanted to sign up for a Sears card. I politely declined. Since she asked me a second time if I wanted to sign up for a Sears card, again I politely declined, and I was thinking, that's going to be the end of that. She asked me a third time if I wanted to sign up for a Sears card. Again, I politely declined, and I was thinking, this is definitely got to be the end of this. But no, she asked me 2 more times if I wanted to sign up for a Sears card. And as you can imagine, by this time I was just super annoyed. And as I walked out of the store on that day, I was thinking, like, what the hell? When I got to my car, I looked in one of my mirrors. I looked to see if I had, like, a sticker on my head that said, "Ask me 5 times to sign up for a credit card," and I'll say yes. And yeah, I didn't see any sticker like that on my head, and so I wasn't wearing a sticker like that, at least not on that day. But now, to be fair, granted, if I would have signed up for that Sears card, I would have probably saved like about $10 off my total purchase that day. But I just did not want to sign up for a credit card. So anyway, I bought 4 games on that trip, and the 4 games are Singularity. All these games are $20. Assassin's Creed 2. This next game is an RPG, one of Floorstock's all-time favorite RPGs. He just had so many nice things to say about this game. It's Resident of Fate. And finally, Ratchet & Clank, Cracking Time. I'm not too big of a fan of the Spyro games that Insomniac did for the PS1, but I love the Ratchet & Clank games that they did on the PS2, so I'm really looking forward to playing this game. So, despite that bad experience that I had at that Kmart, that didn't discourage me from going into a Kmart. In fact, it was only a couple of days later that I walked into a Kmart, different Kmart this time. I would, like I said, I would eventually walk into that same Kmart a little later, but a while back I did a video talking about Bayonetta, and a fellow YouTuber by the name of Where's Uplift recommended that I pick up a game called Vanquish, which was made by Platinum Games, the same developer that made Bayonetta. So I told him that I would definitely pick that game up, and I was hoping that I would be able to pick that game up for $20. So on that day when I went to the Kmart, I headed to the video game section, and the way the video game section is set up is that you will see the Xbox 360 games first. So I was looking at the Xbox 360 games, and I saw that they had copies of Vanquish for the Xbox 360 reduced down to $20. But at this time I did not have an Xbox 360 system, so I was looking for a PS3 copy of Vanquish, and as I was heading towards the PS3 section, I was just muttering to myself, "Oh, please let there be copies of Vanquish for the PS3 for $20. Oh, please let there be copies of Vanquish for the PS3 for $20. And when I got to the PS3 section, sure enough, there were 2 copies of Vanquish for the PS3 for $20, and I'm really glad that I was able to pick this game up. Alright, so in mid-August, Kmart had this really nice sale on a couple games that I was looking to get for a while now. And so I bought all 3 of these games on the same trip to that same Kmart. The first game is Uncharted 2 Game of the Year Edition. The regular price of this is $30, but this was on sale for $20. And according to the front cover, it says it comes with over $35 worth of bonus content. So I thought that $20 for this game and $35 worth of bonus content, I thought that was a really good deal. This next game is a game that a lot of people have been telling me to get. Go ahead and get the game at full price. A lot of people keep telling me it's totally worth paying $60 to get this game, but I knew that this game would eventually drop to $20, and so I kept telling them, as soon as I find this game for $20, I will definitely pick this game up. And this game is Heavy Rain. Now, I know that in my video game collecting video, I said that I don't mind buying greatest hits games, but I will admit that this red case does make this copy of Heavy Rain look pretty ugly. But if this game is as good as I think it's going to be, then then it probably won't be any problem for me to overlook this ugly case. And finally, this last game here on this trip, the regular price of this game I think had already dropped to $20, which I think is a good price for it, but it was on sale for $10, which I think is an even better price for it. And so the game is Alan Wake. So this next game, the first week that it dropped to $20, I don't remember when that was. It was either late August or early September. But the first week that this game dropped to $20, I picked it up, and that is Medal of Honor. Now I've heard mixed things about this game, but I'm willing to give this game a shot. So in October, I picked up 2 games from Kmart, and these 2 games I picked up at $20 a piece. The first one is a game that I told SL Gaming Blog that I missed out on getting this game for $10 in Black Friday of last year. So there'd probably be a good chance that I could find this game for $10 again, but I thought for $20, I thought that was a good price for this game. So that is the God of War collection. Now this red case, this game doesn't look too bad in this red case. And next game I picked up for $20. You saw that I picked up Mass Effect 1 in the RPG pickups video, so of course I gotta pick up Mass Effect 2. And then a couple weeks ago, Amazon had a pretty good sale on a couple games, so I bought 3 games. First game is Hunted the Demon Forge. I got this for $13. For $10 I got Brink, and for $19 I got Duke Nukem Forever. Now, I've heard mixed things about this game, but I'm looking forward to playing this game. And so finally, in my last batch of games, about 2 weeks ago, Kmart had a sale on a game that I really wanted, and the game is Homefront, and it was on sale for $20, so I went and picked this game up. And now, I did see the trailers for this game, and it looked like something that I would really enjoy. So on that same trip to get this game, I picked up 3 other games, and they are Splatterhouse. All these games for $30. Bulletstorm, and finally Sims 3. Now, I've never played a Sims games before, so this might be the first Sims game that I play. Alright, so these are my pickups, and thanks for watching, everyone.